Hey there, and welcome to the daily podcast where wisdom smacks us with kisses or love taps. I'm MichelleSpiva, a wisdom strengthening coach, your host, and practical priestess of wisdom. Mwah. Join us daily to gain wisdom and mental strength as we tackle innovative thinking, address emotional and behavioral life traps, and yes, provide you with some practical how to's to wrap it all up. So settle in or crank up the speed 2x, whatever gets your mental processes firing as we dive in. Stay tuned. Yay! Hey there, it's MichelleSpiva, your practical priestess of wisdom, and I want to welcome you to today's podcast of Wisdom Smack. Mwah! And I got a question for you. Are you ready to get lucky? All right. Hopefully you said yes. Because if you did, I want you to stick with me on the flip because we're going to be breaking down 4 types of luck and how to work through them so that you get to the point where you up your possibility of increasing your luck. So don't do anything else but keep listening with me as we talk about how to manufacture your own luck. Keep listening. I'll see you on the flip. All right, let's get to it. So, we're going to be talking about how to manufacture your own luck. And I'm just going to go on and give shout outs all around. Thanks to Naval and Navi, the co owners of Angel List and some other venture capital kind of like businesses out in Silicon Valley. I love it when wealthy, I'm going to say that, wealthy people get a chance to slow down and talk and share some of the things that they have learned because it blesses many other people. And today I'm going to be talking about one of the things that I have thoroughly enjoyed learning and being exposed to by those two. And that is the 4 types of luck. Mhm. Now, I'll just go on and say it. I have been a person that has tended to not give luck much of my time or even much of my respect, because to me, luck is capricious, fickle. Luck doesn't like me, you know, and I have kind of like given luck a bad rap. But going through not only what they said to me, what they talked about with the 4 types of luck that we're about to go over, that was the spark because I didn't just go with what they said. Y'all know I had to go get the book from whence it came and all of this. And I'll tell you, it it's in line with what we've been talking about when we talk about in previous podcasts. I've talked about randomness, predictability. I've talked about Nasib Talib and his books of The Black Swan and Fooled by Randomness and the understandings of how some things are simply random. They cannot be explained. And so, with that, we are talking about those things that lie outside of the range of what is predictable, aka luck. All right, so put a pin in that. Let me just go on and set this up for you guys, okay? So, there is this book that came out in 2003 by Dr. James Austin, and he's a neuroscientist. And when you read the book, the first part of it opens up with his journey to a life of understanding the power of a practice. He's into Zen and Buddhism, but he also talks about this whole idea of how we work with our brains and our minds to understand the things of life and how we like to predict, how we like to know, how we like to be in control. And he does fairly, it's not, and you guys, I just want to say I'm not quite finished with the book, but he doesn't put it into succinct little sound bites like we have it today. Because, come on, let's face it, this was written in 2003, and short attention spans on the internet weren't a thing back then. So it's kind of dense reading to try to get to the nuggets. But let's just give them. So, as we look at them, there are four types of luck that will give us the gist of how to put this in terms. So the first one is going to be dumb luck. That's going to be that luck that is completely out of the blue. You don't control it. You can't remanufacture it. It is a lot of times blind luck. It's that luck that is said to be governed by fate or fortune, the wheel of fortune. Okay, Fortuna. And I have talked about Fortuna on this podcast before. So that's the first one. It's random. All right. The next one is going to be active luck. It is said fortune favors the bold. And that's the luck where by persistence, hustle, hard work, motion, or even generating enough force and energy so that you have many opportunities for the chance to do something, that means luck will find you. And that brings me back to the fact that I did not give y'all the name of the book. I'm so busy talking about it. I didn't give you the name of the book. So the name of the book is Chase, Chance, and Creativity. And like I said, it's by Dr. James Austin. He's a neuroscientist, researcher, and he came up with this at the time novel idea of looking at how we interact with luck. So let me go back and recap real quick since I had to go back and catch myself. So the four types of luck that we're talking about today. Dumb luck, which is the first kind, it's that random kind. It's that, you find a $20 bill on the ground. It's not going to happen every day and it might not ever happen again. But it's a fortune. It's something that is a nice boom that you weren't expecting. Then the second one is that active luck. Luck is where we say fortune favors the bold. And as I said, also, it's where the more you do, the more you increase your probability for possible moments or even breakthroughs that you'll be able to have a lucky break. A lot of people in high stacked odds, high stakes kind of odds, use and activate active luck. Actors and people who get into contests and those types of things, they are trying to put the numbers up. They're like, it's a numbers game. You keep going and eventually your number will hit. That's where you have this kind of luck, this active luck. Okay. That's why we talk about it, where you're persistent and you get your hustle on and you work hard and you do a lot to generate a lot of forward movement and force so that you will possibly activate this. So this is where instead of it being the blind luck, it's where sometimes luck will notice you. Okay. So that's what we talk about when we talk about the second one, the active luck. All right. I hope this is good for y'all because, honey, now that I am seeing how, wow, I didn't realize that just by interacting with this information, it has permeated what I do, and now I can see it. Subconsciously, it was working on me, but now I can consciously see how just by starting to learn this wisdom is working through my actions, so that I am getting to the point where I manufacture more luck. All right, so let me finish with these the last two. So the third one is going to be what we would call a planned sort of luck. Now, this one with the planned kind of luck, this is where you become so good at spotting luck that you're able to take advantage of it. Have you ever seen those people that they have the observer's advantage, first mover's advantage? You're like, how in the world did they see to do that? How did they move so fast? Well, that's what we would call what they would call planned luck. All right. So let me just break this one down. This is where you become really skilled in a certain area, a certain field, where you get good at spotting what is normal, spotting the patterns, and then spotting those one offs, maybe even the lucky breaks or the gaps where there's an opportunity that everyone is overlooking. And you become very well attuned to be able to see the invisible where luck is hiding out because you become sensitized to opportunities and your probability of finding these opportunities grows with your knowledge and your skills in a particular field. Now, remember when I talked about Dr. Austin's book, Chase, Chance, and Creativity? And he talks about this particular kind of luck where people get so good in an area, they know their industry, they know the ins and outs of it, so that when something with that certain it comes along, it sticks out like a sore thumb with a neon sign pointing an arrow down at it so that they're able to move with confidence, they're able to move with a swiftness, and they're able to take advantage of that lucky break to get in at that particular time. A lot of times you call them rainmakers. I was actually, believe it or not, I was going to kind of like just talk about this particular, like I might still do it, but I was going to talk about rainmakers in a podcast. But hey, hopefully we got time. We can do that. But for right now, this is where you'll find those types of people with this particular type of luck. So it's like when you see something in an area that you're very uh, well versed in or talented or skilled in, and you see something that you go like, I see a new opportunity that is possibly luck smiling on you because you have identified it. So it's where instead of like at the beginning, the first one is blind luck, and the second one is where luck notices you start to notice luck. In this third one, with this planned type of luck, it's because you become sensitized to it. And thus, you are able to notice it and hopefully take advantage of it when it shows up. But it's the fourth type of luck that is a little unusual for most people. Most people, if you talk about these three first ones, they're like, yeah, I understand that. I get that. That makes sense. But it's the fourth one where that's where the wisdom smack really comes through. And this one is called unique luck. Okay. So, unlike the first one of dumb luck, which is random luck, the second one, which is action luck, and the third one, which is planned luck or preparation luck, you've heard that one that, when preparation and opportunity cross paths, that's where luck happens. That's the third one. This one is the fourth one is called unique luck, and it's where you get extreme results because this luck is special. And it is special because it comes from you building a unique reputation, your character, and skill set, whereby when people need a specific thing done, you are the best person to handle it. Very specialized. And so with that one, instead of dumb luck, which is blind luck, the second one would be where luck notices you. The third one would be where you notice luck. The fourth one is where luck finds you. And it finds you because you are great at building this unique character, brand, skill, and speciality. And this is the unique luck that takes a while. And most people, when it happens, they're like, oh, they're just lucky. They're just lucky. And a lot of times when you see this particular type of luck visited on people, those people get a lot of hate because it is so unique that they instinctively know that it's not going to readily happen for them because either they're not willing to do what it took for the luck to come find them like that or in their own regard, or it makes no sense to them. Okay. So let's dig down into how to start manufacturing your own type of luck. All right. Now, we all know that random luck is still always going to be random luck. You're not going to go out each day and find money on the ground to be able to take care of yourself. So that's neither here nor there. And the other one with active luck. Now, when I was going through these and really digging down to try to understand what these meant, it was like, well, what's the difference between the last, 2, 3, and 4? Active luck, meaning you work real hard, and then planned luck, you prepare real hard. What's the difference between those and unique luck? And this is the difference as I understand it at this point, because I'm starting to realize what unique luck looks like and how it's different. And that is that this type of luck is where you get to the point where you understand that luck is a synonym for, like I said before, probability, chance, or likelihood. So, for instance, if you go and you simply replace the word luck with these other types, you'll start to see how this unique luck unfolds. So, for instance, if you say, I'm not lucky, and you replace it with the word chance, it becomes, I'm not taking my chances. Mhm. Or what about this one? This was just unlucky. If you change unlucky with likelihood, it becomes, this was unlikely. And by just changing the probability, changing and talking about luck in the way of odds and probabilities and chances, you get to maximize your understanding of unique luck, and thus you increase, or you should increase, your probability of hitting that type of luck. So you might be like, okay, Michelle, I've been with you up to now. What are you really trying to say? What are you really, really trying to say? What I'm really, really trying to say is unique luck requires something special from you. It requires that you build a unique reputation. You build your character and your skill set to the point where you are so specialized in what you do that luck must find you. So, for instance, there are a few people, if you really want to almost guarantee that your business will take off, there are a few people that folks reach out to make that happen. And they have specialized skill sets. And get this, their skill sets are unique. I'll give you an example. If you want to have a pretty good, I'm going to say high probability that you'll have success in a business, reach out to Warren Buffett and get his buy-in. Just by people knowing, oh, Warren Buffett is going to invest. He has given you his reputation, his speciality that he has proven over time, and his uniqueness that he only deals with companies and opportunities that tend to have the potential to go very well. And it's almost like a self prophecy that if Warren Buffett gives his stamp of approval, 9 times out of 10, your company will do well. Okay. So that's his unique kind of luck. And so, because of that, many people go looking for him with all these opportunities, and he gets to increase his level of luck because he gets opportunities to choose from. So he can choose from the best ones. Okay. Another person where this happens who is not in the same situation would be an Oprah Winfrey, because she has a unique skill set. She has a special character about her and a unique reputation. Luck tends to look for her. When Weight Watchers was struggling a few years ago, I don't know the specifics, but I do know that they came together And like a fairy waving the wand. Now, don't get me wrong, she did a lot of work. She continues to do a lot of work. The luck found her, and now Weight Watchers is more stable than ever. Or you can look at the people that folks really like to vilify. Let's look at Jeff Bezos or either Elon Musk. Same thing. Unique luck because they have taken the time to build a unique reputation, character, and skill set. And thus, luck tends to seek them out. Now, I like the way Naval puts a little bit more of a spin on this when he talks about building these special reputations, skill sets, and the like. And he has said things like, escape competition by really homing in on your authenticity. And he has talked about how you can be in the same industry or after the same types of goals, but because of your uniqueness, where you have actually spent the time learning how to be uniquely truthful to yourself and in your authentic way become the best of what you can do, you increase that probability of having the fourth kind of luck, that unique luck, come for you. There are many people who, but for the grace of God, and I've said this before without understanding it in this context, but I was like, but for the grace, they didn't get something because it would destroy them. Think about this. I don't remember where I read it, but it left me with this impression. And the impression was this, that if we gain success too early, we never have forward movement. Think about it. If everything you've ever attempted, you were good at, you would still be in your high school hometown. You would have married the first person you dated. You would have still been at the same job, the first one you ever had. And you would have been leaving so much potential for greatness on the table. And that is because success is a point in time when you get a win, but we spend most of our time going through the failures, the setbacks, the rejections, and all of those things that sharpen our ability to keep moving forward despite what happens. And because of that, when we do that, it helps us to build up our self esteem. Now, with the self esteem, again, like I said, I have to give credit where credit is due. And so today, this is the Love Fest of Naval. And I've even mentioned his Twitter. It's at Naval, Naval. And I say Naval, it's Naval. Forgive me, y'all. But anyway, so he has said something that I think is quite profound, and that is self-esteem is the reputation you'll always have with yourself because you know the real you. And I'm going to say that one again. He says self-esteem is the reputation you'll always have with yourself because you know the real you. So when other people are looking at your outward reputation, it is going to be predicated on your self-esteem because that's the reputation you have with yourself. And that is the level of reputation you must have if unique luck is going to come your way. So let me put this out in the wild so that you can see what happens. Think about that person who they said, I'm going to do something. And you're like, okay, go ahead. That's fine. And they do it. Nothing happens. It's not all that good or whatever. And you're like, oh, bless their heart. They're still at it. And you look around and a couple of years later, they're still piddling around at it and everything. And lo and behold, you don't pay attention to them. And then all of a sudden, 6, 7 years later, you've lost touch with them and you see them on social media and they've got brand deals. They've got this and they've got that. And you're like, what the what? And then you're like, oh, they just must have gotten lucky. No, they work through these different levels of luck to tap into unique luck where that type of luck hunts them down. Because remember, Dumb luck is random. Active luck is where luck notices you because you're getting your hustle on. Planned luck is where you start to become sensitized to luck to be able to see it as the opportunity. But you keep on and you start working on not only the hustle that you have, not only how you learn your industry, but you start working on finding your uniqueness, how to be your authentic self in what you do and what you're good at. You start becoming that person who you people know your unique voice, your unique flavor. They know what you bring to the table and how you bring it. And they like it because you have a unique personality. Remember, when you go to Warren Buffett, you know what you're going to get. You're going to get an aw shucks Oracle of Omaha who does not drive ostentatious cars, lives in the same home he's had since his kids were kids. And you know that he's going to be the same. He's got a long term view. He has proven through the years that he has a tendency to be really good at picking good businesses to invest in. Same with Oprah. No matter what you care about any of these people, they have a good long term track record and they understand the long term view. And so, if and when you approach them, luck is on their side because they have learned how to move through all of them to get to that unique luck where because of the strength of their character, the power of their reputation, and the uniqueness of their skill set, that luck shines on them. And they become a Midas in the flesh. And what they touch turns to gold. And guess what? You can do it too. So let's get real practical really quickly and give you some practical things that you can start doing to work through starting to manufacture your own luck. Well, the first thing is you do have to get active. See, the thing about this whole luck thing is that when you know about them, you start to see how they all work for you. And I think it's kind of like a rite of passage, like maybe working through the different levels of luck so that when you get the unique luck, you can appreciate it and you can know what it takes, what it truly takes to keep it and to have it remain favorable to you. So the first thing is with the active luck. That is simply the more you do, the more possibilities you have for a breakthrough that you'll be able to generate it. It's still not necessarily where it'll just hit at a certain time, but you'll do it. As I am continuing to endeavor to do my podcast off of the things that I love, of talking about wisdom and serving wisdom to you in the best way I can daily. This is my part of activating active luck and understanding that I don't know when it's going to come, but I do know that if I keep going and I keep doing it, keep getting better at it, I'll get a notice here and there from luck. But then on top of that, it's that planned or prepared luck. That's that luck that you start to be able to notice. And that comes by, as they say, paying your dues, learning the way, learning the industry or whatever it is that you are doing, not being wishy-washy, sticking with one thing so that, or only a few things, so that your attention and your effort and your force is not diluted and divided. Because remember what we said about this one? This is where, after you have started to do the action of the active luck, and you're moving into this prepared one, this is where you become really skilled in your field. You become good enough at knowing what's going on so that you understand what the outliers are to be able to see luck and opportunities when they show up. And because you've been active and persistent, you will be able to gather and do those first mover advantages, and you'll be able to turn on a dime to get something done. And because of understanding and being willing to go through your active luck and your planned or prepared luck, guess what you're doing? Yeah, you guessed it. You're becoming really good at what you do. And the more prepared you are, the more experience you have, the more stick to itiveness you have, the more that you become habitual and ritualized in what you do, you set yourself up to start upping the probability that unique luck will find you. Because I'm going to tell you, once you get to the point where you know what you're doing, it's easy to start working on the quality of your commitment to what you do. It's easy to show up daily to do something because you're not having to deal with the frustration. And you've possibly had a few lucky somethings happen to you along the way to keep you encouraged. By now, you are like, this is a part of me. I do this not for anybody else. I do this because I said I was going to do it. I do it because I find some pleasure out of it, or I love the residual of what I get, whether it be good feedback from people, changing folks' lives, producing something with your hands that you can take pride in, or whatever. It gets to the point where those skill sets that you use when you were active and planning, oh, now they've moved into a speciality where your unique touch is different from anybody else's. And even if they're in the same industry as you, nobody does it like you. And because of that, luck will hunt you down with opportunities that you get to choose from, such that your probability of them being successful increases because you can pick and choose. So, guess what, y'all? Yeah, my time is up. I thank you for yours. This has been MichelleSpiva, your practical priestess of wisdom, with another podcast of Wisdom Smack. Mwah. Don't forget to check the show notes, like, subscribe, and share. And guess what? Because this is a daily podcast, you already know it, y'all. I'm going to see you tomorrow. Hope this one helps you. Talk to you later, loves. Bye. And that's going to do it for today's podcast of Wisdom Smack with MichelleSpiva. If you like this podcast, please help us get the word out. Like, comment, subscribe, and even share. And if you really like it, please help us continue to get the word out by considering using this show's link for Amazon. So when you want to go to Amazon and you do all of your general shopping, please use MichelleSpiva.com/AMZ. It's simple as that. It doesn't cost you anything extra, and this show might receive a little bit of commission that will go towards helping to further get these episodes out to you and to others. So thank you so much for listening. This has been MichelleSpiva with Wisdom Smack. Bye.